stuff.
Are you smarter than Twitter?
No. I'm not smarter than a lot of things.
Don't put my friend down.
I appreciate you, Crystal. Thank you.
Yeah, geez, Crow. Quit being mean.
No insulting my friend.
So yeah, we're gonna go find some sightseeing logs. Some vistas is what they're called. Zoom out on my map so I can see where I'm going. I am in the fringes at Castrum Oriens if you would like to come on this journey with me, Liz or Crystal.
What are we doing? Oh, sightseeing? God.
Yeah. I mean, we're just gonna go down the list. I'm cheating a little bit. So typically, let's see, do I have the... Yeah, I do. So yeah, it's in your sightseeing log and they'll give you a hint, as to where they are, but they're all a little bit, you get one hint per row for each of the different areas, and they're not really terribly helpful. Roaming the scarred fringes, I came upon a spectacular vantage point. As I looked out at the breathtaking vista, I knew that I wished to share it with all the world. I know where that first one is, so when you get here, let me know, and I will lead the way. If you would like to come.
Where are you?
Castrum Oriens.
Oh, why not?
I'll come.
I believe you have to unlock them in each expansion, though. So you can't just, like, go out and look for these things and be like, oh, hey, yeah, cool. Vista. Go do that. But the nice thing is you get experience points for it.
I'm gonna change the black mage.
What level is your black mage?
62.
Oh, yeah, you're in good shape to do it then. Do you wanna ride or do you just wanna follow me?
I have a book.
Alright, so we're gonna go out this way.
Yeah, that's...
Let me add you to a party so that if we get lost, you can find me on your mini-map. I'm gonna zoom out. I can't see.
It's a very cool mount.
It's with the collector's edition of Shadowbringers.
Log in as Liz. You need to log in as Queen.
So, if I am understanding this online guide correctly, first of all, this is, I think, one of the more underappreciated areas of the game. The first new place that you came to in Stormblood just always seemed quite pretty to me in its own way. So, supposedly, is this Castrum Villa? Yeah, it is. I think this is the one I want. Top of the roof. There it is. So, I'll uncover my chat box real quick to show. You'll notice at the bottom it says, you have arrived at a vista, and that's what they look like. Put that back on.
Sometimes you can be really picky about the way you're standing.
Well,
yeah.
And the Realm-Reborn ones are invisible.
They're invisible, and they are dependent on the weather. They did away with that as soon as they could in 3.0.
Nightmare.
But yeah, all you have to do is slash lookout, and hooray! 001. Um... 4x16. Okay, I see where we're going. Yeah, there are guides all over the place. People that like, put the actual work in to find them.
There's one in particular in the area by Falcon's Nest that I found, but I couldn't activate.
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes you have to do a specific emote when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's not always the lookout emote.
There was
Mm-hmm.
a lady and I, like, there was another PC and I there, literally, like, hopping up and down and trying to figure it out, and both being like,
Yeah, sometimes you have to do a specific emote.
Here we go.
oh, I see.
Yeah, there are people who have definitely put the work in much more than I have. And, have quite generously written these guides for people like me who are too lazy to go attempt to find them. Because... Like I said, they're not...
They're really easy to miss if you're not looking for them.
Yeah, the ones in oh, good lord. Yeah, the ones in Stormblood in particular, like, this is literally all we get, is the same piece of flavor text. Until you find it. And that's frustrating.
Does that make you happy?
Yeah.
23 by 7.
In Crow, I got Queen Buff Cat, the Price Vulgar plushie.
Aw, nice.
Well, because she might not ever be able to get the minion.
Aw, that's true.
Won't ever be able to get the minion.
So now you have a plushie to hug.
Well, thank you.
You gonna put it in your house?
Once I get a house.
Put it in your apartment?
I might put it in my FC room. Put it by the throne.
I think we want to be over here. But yeah, typically they are just... Yep, it's right up top. They're really tucked away in Stormblood.
Oh, I see.
And we won't go through all of them in just one area either. That's boring. Let's see. X9 by Y10. Whew.
Crystal's gonna be right back, 1 sec.
Okay. It's the wrong way. Wait, where is this one? X9 by Y10, okay. Aha. Where can I sit down here? Yeah, I think we'll get the ones in this area. And then I will head to a different area where I have not gotten all of the,
Ether currents.
Oh, I'm on my main, so I have all the ether currents.
Okay.
I can wait for Crystal though, because this one was tricky to find.
And if you want, I can show you the one that I wasn't able to unlock.
Oh yeah, you said at Falcon's Nest?
Yeah. It's in a really weird spot.
Yeah, come get this one first, just so we don't forget about it.
Oh, I already got it.
Oh, okay.
I
let's see.
have the emote set to quick select on my controller.
Oh, I gotcha. But yeah, a lot of the times you'll get like minions and stuff. You get, I think it's the Apkalu minion for finishing up, A Realm Reborn's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, there is, like, a benefit to getting these, usually.
So we're gonna go pretty much to the northwest corner.
This area is really pretty. But god, is it a pain to navigate. There's only the one ether and aetheryte in this whole area. Yeah, I'm gonna try and drag this out, hopefully until Care can come on. Like, no pressure to him, of course, but... I know he wanted to talk shop about environment designs.
Very pretty in there.
Turn off my HUD, I think.
Also, for this area, I love the how they integrate the dragon bodies into it.
Mm-hmm.
This upcoming, like, so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, like, super sad.
Oh, it's very sad. The whole storyline was sad.
But it also just aesthetically is
Mm-hmm.
There's a person in Trinkets FC. Shout out to this person whose name is Chastity Burger.
That's funny.
No. Okay. Right here, I literally cannot figure out how to act.
Oh, I must have gotten this one. Hang on. Let me see.
I've done Lucio in every possible way.
Where are we? Kurthus Western. 9 by 10.
Right? Sit. Ah! Sit.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I'd gotten that one. But yeah, some of them you can't just, like, do /lookout.
Ah! Sneak.
Like, there's one outside of, Summerford Farms where you have to do /pray while it's, raining, I believe. But the thing is it never rains in that area. So I sat there for 2 hours once trying to get this one single sightseeing log, and I finally just said, I'm done, I'm out. But yeah, they took out the weather requirements in Heaven's Word, thank God. Because that was just the absolute worst. Since we're here... X12, Y8, we're close to this one.
Only number 4 of 3, apparently.
Oh, I went past it.
Oh, you have the bomb chair.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that through legit means, or did you do that through
No, I got it through the Moogle stuff.
How are you supposed to?
Hmm.
Get like on here?
Hmm. Well, we're gonna find out.
Okay, look lookout isn't working.
It has to be /me.
Nope.
Because you did /lookout again.
Oh, it has to be /me?
Yeah, /me.
Unable to... Oh, I did it.
Nice. Ooh, rough.
What I did was I literally just lowered my mount onto it and then just clicked on the L pad to jump off. Because if you click down on the L control, like the L stick, it drops you off the mount.
There we go.
Did you know that?
I usually use I use a different command for it, but I did not know that.
Yeah, I discovered that, was like, well, I'm gonna be using that most of the time now.
Nice. But yeah, like, as you can see, some of them are just, like, rough to find. They're hard to get to, and they're supposed to be. Well, this one doesn't have a secret, hotbar. That's disappointing. But yeah, like, they're supposed to be, but you're supposed to get, like, let me go back to this one. And just show off what it looks like from all the way out here. Like, that's almost all area that you can go to. And you're supposed to, like the whole point is to go sightseeing. And, like, that, like, the environment design that they put into this game really just is absolutely incredible. Let's go show off some of the, Shadowbringers areas.
Kill me, kill me.
Kara talked about Calusia in particular, actually. So let's head to right, I think.
Okay. We'll be going the right way.
Am I close? Kind of.
Still like that we both random summon our lightning horse. This is actually another one of my favorite mounts. My favorite color is purple, and this horse. Another one I'm gonna giggle at too when I go underwater, because I'm always like, well, any fish I see in here might be dead.
Looks 33. Okay. Ah, still tied would have been better. That's alright. Yeah, I'll get this one site, this one vista. And then I'm gonna head up to show off. Oh, there it is. It's right here. Like, just how expansive this particular area is.
Already got that.
Hey. But yeah, we can go almost all the way up to that mountain up there. And I know it's boring when I'm zoomed out like this, but you kind of have to be to really get the whole sense of how big these areas can be in an MMO when they have to be mindful of the hardware limitations of all of their players and not just, you know, the people who can afford expensive gaming rigs or the people who can like buy PS4 Pros on a whim. Let's see, it's probably better from this angle. Yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with the way that they designed some of these areas. I think I need to go back down to show off what Kara was telling me about. One second. So I'm gonna throw an image up onto my stream. Let me grab it real quick. One second. And Kara was telling me that this is the inspiration for this area of Eorzea.
I messaged Gary, said he'll be home in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I think he just. Yeah.
1 second, please. This image is from Getty Images, just, for the copyright thing. Oops.
Getty those images.
Eh.
Hey.
But yeah, like, if you, I don't know if you two have it up, but, like, glance at the stream. Yeah, I believe so. I believe those are the cliffs of Dover. But they're almost a mirror image of what you see here in Eorzea, and the fact that they took real-world places like that and managed to make them work in these environments is just incredible to me. Also, hi, Lena. I'm gonna take that out so it's not covering up things anymore. But yeah, the reason I keep mentioning Care as, some kind of person to, bring in on this is because he worked in environment design for a Toronto game company, right?
For a little company known as Activision.
Yeah, he fucking worked for, pardon my language, worked for Activision and, like, built video games. And I know he's really big into, excuse me, the environment aspect of all of this. And I really do value his input on this. That's why we brought you on for creature design, Liz, and why I want to bring in, like, Mawas for PvP. Because you don't know stuff that I don't. And I absolutely, Oh, you're a game dev too, that's super cool. I would love to see what you're working on sometime, Lena. That was very exciting. But yeah, until he gets home, I'm not gonna just, like, sit here because it's boring. Oh, you're at Gearbox. That's super cool. That's not one that I've heard of, but I feel like it sounds familiar. And, like, I completely respect that it's an NDA thing. That's totally understandable. But yeah, we went from little seaside village to rock and mountain and not a whole lot else for as far as we can go. And the fact that they can incorporate... Oh, Borderlands! Right. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, that's super exciting. When you can, like, say stuff, Lena, absolutely let me know, and I will, I would love to see that.
Show off the sulfur area.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember where I'm going for that.
That area is really pretty in this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little hidden pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of the two people viewing, first of all, thank you for watching. Second of all, if you're watching and don't play this game, each of these little, like, pins on the map... Oh, hi, Kara. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome home. You did not have to, like, rush or anything. You were totally fine.
Yeah, are you out of breath?
Hi, welcome to the stream. My name's Care. I'm out of breath. I felt real bad.
You don't.
Hi,
oh my
Care.
God, my dude. No.
I'm full of anxiety.
You did not have to feel bad. It's just
No,
I
I
was
feel
just
bad because you know those like barbecue chickens that you buy at like grocery stores?
Yeah.
I was picking up one by like the little paper thing that it has around it, but it was so hot in it that it dropped it all over the floor in the basket.
Oh,
and I had to stare at one of the employees and be like, I am so sorry. And then I just grabbed a second one. I'm like, but I really need dinner.
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm so fucking sorry.
Nightmare.
I was like, oh, please, I don't want to deal with this. And then I had to go back and get a basket. And then someone was like, oh, sorry, somebody dropped the chicken. I was like, it was me. I was like, I did. But I'm so sorry. I'm like, I can't.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, God. But I really want this chicken. Dude, you don't understand.
Oh, no.
So I gotta be somewhere.
That's kind of great.
That was an emotional roller coaster from start to finish.
So I have the chicken at home now, but
Amazing. Please eat
But,
something first. My God.
But at
Eat.
what cost?
Bro, there's a Vista over here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Heck.
it's okay. I have to get to the point of where I want to talk about it. So
I have to be level 70 to do it.
Rip.
In classes.
Oh, hey, cool.
So, as much as that's an introduction, allow me to give you a formal introduction. Hi, my name is Care. I was an environmental artist for 3.5 years. I went to school for video game design development and 3D art and animation, where I gained my bachelor's in arts in 3D art and animation. Most of what I did was environmental art, background scenes, and stuff like that. And I'm here to just give you a somewhat chicken-crazed, enthusiastic take on what it means to be sent an art piece like this and then turn it into a real thing. And my example is specifically of, in this case, Calusia, which is my favorite town.
We are over by I think right is still gonna be the closest one. If you want.
I'm near. I just went to Stilltide. Oh, yeah, I can go to right though.
Yeah.
I went to Stilltide and I'm flying around.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like vaguely making my way that direction.
Cool.
But what I was saying before your dramatic chickeny entrance was like, the fact that we can go from that was the Cliffs of Dover, right? That you sent me?
No, that was the it was called the Seven Sisters.
Oh, okay.
Not actually based off the Cliffs of Dover, even though it looks like it.
Huh.
Yeah, that is a local cliff bed in England called the Seven Sisters.
I gotcha. But yeah, what I was saying was the fact that we can go from beautiful white seaside cliffs to whatever that is the dwarves are doing up there. And have it just be so seamless and it works super, super well. That is, to me, is really incredible game design. Like, environment design in particular.
Yeah.
However, my opinion... Your opinion has more weight than mine. Like, I can look at things from...
No. All opinions are opinions, brother.
Well, what I was going to say is I can look at this from an aesthetic point of view. I'm also an art student, but my background is not in what yours is. So, like, you offer a much more nuanced perspective, I guess.
In some ways, yes. In other ways, I think I offer more nuance in the fact that I'm just a fan of this.
That's fair.
And fair. And, outside of me being a game developer, I'm just a fan of really broadening landscapes. And what I really liked about this in particular is that my favorite place in the world, or one of them, is Ireland, which I had the chance to visit like 2 some odd years ago.
I'm so jealous.
And what this place it really feels like England.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to sell that fact, but like, man, just like the continuous cliffs, the everything that like, this is like the way that the cliff edges look, even the color of the fucking rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it all very much looks like that. And then Final Fantasy sort of took their own spin and like made it like, have, like Yulmore in the back there, which still looks beautiful. And like, I don't know, everything down to like the lighthouses, stuff like that. It is a great, like, it's good to see that like in case anyone doesn't know, I'm gonna like end and begin 17 sentences. They did a designing thing with the Shadowbringer series, and the second episode focused on their entire art team, which they went through some like cool fucking places to be like, we're just gonna go to like, England because we want to stare at some cliff sides to get like inspirations for their art. And I think that's where Final Fantasy, like, especially in this, like, really fucking cuts the cake. Because they decided that they wanted to go all out on their environment team, and it really does pay off. Because then, as well as, like, the people who were coming up with, like, the art team who were coming up with concepts for this, the 3D animation and modeling team that was, like, their heads were there, also had, like, they saw it themselves. So not only do they see the concept, they also see, like, what the concept can become. And I think that's where, like, a huge thing that people, like, don't understand is that a lot of times when you're doing this and you're, like, modeling something off of, like, a concept art, you're given very little time in a general sense. Because, like, yes, it is very easy to be like, this is a cliff edge, and, like, have, like, a plane, manipulate the plane, and then add a cliff edge. But the cliff edge isn't flat like the one in England, because the one in England is very like, it looks flat from a distance. But the fact that it has like all the curves and it's not the same rock texture, it is a huge rock texture because it does not repeat itself for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And even the repeat is little to noticeable. Like, God, it is phenomenal what they do sometimes, you know? Like, texturing work is something that I wanted to always be better at, and I eventually got into doing texturing at my job at the time. But for the most part, I was just background 3D modeling, and this shit is fucking cool. This shit is fucking sick. Also, a spoiler of the mountain that has a glowing halo around the back is also fucking mint, because they hide it from you. I love when games do that. I love when they have purpose of things, and then they are like, hey, you want to see something else that you've never seen? Man, fucking Calusia. Yes, all the other zones are beautiful and in Shadowbringers, but I love Raktika, I love Ilneg, I love Almarang. I love all these areas. But Calusia, man, it feels so England. And goddamn, it's so
mountain.
Yeah, it is so beautiful.
The other vibe that for this area in particular, and my problem is I power through the main story so quickly that it's all just kind of a blur by the time I sit back and go, what was that? But the thing that I really got, particularly from the background music and the windmills and just the aesthetic of this area, was when I lived in New England. The Boston, Old Orchard Beach in Maine areas, Portland, Maine, just unspoiled for as far as you can see.
Yeah.
If you go to, fun fact, if you go to Maine, billboards are illegal there. Because it ruins it ruins the natural beauty, so they don't have billboards.
That's amazing.
It's great, because when you're traveling in Maine, that's all you see is Maine.
Yeah. When I did this, was part of a team as well that, that really paid attention to the environment, because they sent us to a certain city and state, and we got to take photos, and we got to spend some time there to learn what the place really feels like.
Can we ask where you went, or are you allowed to say?
No.
Oh,
okay. It has the name of a famous steak and grill chain. No. But I should have thought of that.
Lena says, I'm used to Unreal Engine 4 and the landscape tool in there couldn't do what they do here. And
correct, yeah, very, very, very true.
The different game engines, of course, have their different applications and stuff. Yeah. I don't know enough about them to really have that much of an educated opinion.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. I have seen some really incredible things done in Unreal 4, but whatever engine they used in this, they used the, I guess, what would you call it? Gradual loading? Where the closer you get, the more details you get? Is there a technical term for that?
It has a few things, but
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, everything pops in as you go near it.
Yeah. I think they used that.
It's almost like I don't remember its technical name, but it's essentially like a fog of war around you. And that's why, when you increase your distance, you're also increasing that bubble, so more textures and stuff load in.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Final Fantasy's engine for this is called Crystal Tools.
Gotcha. Lena says LOD, level of detail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they use that very, very well in this game to kind of compensate for the people who may not have higher-end machines to run this game on. When I was on the old PC, we all know, I had a 6-year-old PC with just ancient components on it. And I had to crank all the graphic details down, and now that I can put them back up again, where am I going with this? You know what I'm trying to say, though, right?
Uh-huh.
There wasn't that much... there wasn't really that much of a difference, I noticed, in, the distance rendering.
Yeah, the draw distance.
Yeah. The further stuff away was, it still looks high-end PS2 graphics, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Lena says, given the whole world is open-air environments, they do really well to make it look good while being cheap about how they do it for older PCs and stuff, and they really, really do. They really do.
Oh hell yeah, they do. Whereas the company that I was fired for, which is why I was fired from, which is why I can't say where I'm from.
That's fair.
Thanks NDAs. Anyways, but
Dina says, "Oof, rip."
That's fine. I can't get into why I was fired, but
that's fair. That
it was
fair.
not due to any of my skill as an artist. It was due as to the bigness of my fucking mouth. Not necessarily because of that, because I offered too much pushback.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Sorry for the knuckle crack. When we're not recording or anything is not in words like this, I can tell you.
Okay.
But if it's being recorded, I can't.
Yeah. No. I never ask anybody to share anything they're not comfortable with.
Anyways,
who is over here, and where are
what
you?
I like about FF's team, and like this has it to do with the way that they like model things, is that they don't really have crunch, which is insane to me because they were even during COVID. Mm-hmm. Most game studios, their first priority was getting people to work from home, where FF was like, they have to take a little break. Like, we want that for them, and created a safe space for them to work at home.
Absolutely.
And they weren't afraid to push things back. Like, I like that. It's some good shit.
Unrelated, Care, where are you?
Just standing on a building or a mountain. Oh, I'm not standing on anything right now.
Oh, there you are. I was like, I'm right next to you.
Yeah, sorry, I just am doing this so I have a good view of the cliffs myself.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, but that's the thing that I really appreciate about the Final Fantasy XIV dev team, is that they really do take good care of their team.
Yeah, and that is the most important thing, because most game development that you'll see that is AAA, which is one of the studios that I work for, did not care for their employees much. Essentially, I was told I could be easily replaced.
Yeah.
Which I can, because there are, like, to this, there are 300, whatever artists. But having, those 300 artists work on the same page is why you get games that sprawlingly look the same and don't have contrasting ideas. Which in Final Fantasy, you don't have to do, because, man, fuck it. Like, you can have an area that looks like this.
Like
Ilmeg and Raktika, all in Norbrand,
Yeah. Well, and, like, the cohesiveness of all of these environments really, really came through, particularly in Shadowbringers, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked Stormblood. Just full disclosure, I really, really enjoyed Stormblood.
Me too.
But Fantasy Japan and Second Fantasy Desert, you can only go so many areas and have it still be like, okay, yeah, this feels new and different and interesting. I think those areas are gorgeous. I really like what they did with them, but I wish that there had been a little bit more variance, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
Because they did a good job in the desert in Amarang here.
They really did. They really, really did.
But, like, this is my... Maybe it's because I'm a sucker for, like, old Gothic, but when I just see, like, this, like, little small hamlet here, which in this game is called, right? Mm-hmm. And you just see, like, you see this, and then they added, like, tiny farmers' fields, and they added, like, it just looks like it's enough for them to go off of whoever, lives in this small, shitty town. Mm-hmm. And the buildings look like garbage. They look like shit. Not in the fact that they're modeled like shit, because they just look like shit. They're designed to look like shit, and they pulled it off very well. All the pipes are rusty. All the wood looks garbage. It looks like it's been through thousands of weathered storms.
Yeah.
Like, look at this fucking rusty-ass pipe. Like,
yeah, but, like,
damn,
let me see if I can get closer to it. There's still a couple of plants. There's still flower pots on the windowsill.
Yeah.
Like, somebody still lives here.
Yeah. The thing about this type of art that really, like, boggles the mind is that every single part of this was a choice that somebody made.
Correct,
and that put effort into making happen. Like, a lot of people don't stop to think about how much work goes into buildings.
Even I'm gonna get on some nerdy shit. Even this, the fucking, which is called the top cap of tiles. The fact that they didn't have just 2 tiles meet, the fact that they're like, no, it has to have a top cap because the fucking seal won't go in and they'll be leaking water. The fact that they did this shit, even just to, like, add some little stuff, is so fucking good. I mean, I know they didn't add it for like this, and there are some that isn't. Whatever, fucking sue me. But you can see that they could have just left the entire top of it like this.
They could have just put on like a straight top cap too, but they included the little variants in like the brick sizes and the tile sizes. The tiles aren't all perfect either. Like, it repeats, of course, because it has to, but like they made the choice to make it look this way, and they put so much level of detail in the roof tiles. Lena says, the fact that all of the colors in Calusia is all beige to make it feel even more oppressed by the light, since the ground, the sky, all of it is just washed out and sad.
Correct.
And which is
even the greens are washed out.
Yeah. Like, it looks even like a desolate place.
Yeah. The plant tones are washed out. Everything is washed out. Mm-hmm. No matter where you are in Calusia, there's no vibrance, except their main contrasting piece, Yulmore. Where Yulmore is a fucking epitome of what vibrant colors are.
And it's just...
So it's meant to look like all the color was drained of the land and put in Yulmore. Mm-hmm. Which makes, sorry to gross out your viewers, makes my dick rock fucking hard. Because that's so fucking
Lena,
gross.
I do apologize. I'm going to take out that warning. Nightbot is a little bit,
Nightbot's a little what?
Nightbot is a little bit overzealous, yeah. Let me see. There's a way to do this.
God.
Let's see. I'll take out the warning later, but like I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying something, Care?
Nothing important.
Oh, okay.
I also love the shitty hamlet. I guess it's actually called... Oh, wait. I'm stupid, but it'll come to me.
Oh, Gate Town.
Besides Gate Town. Yeah, Gate Town. But it's called...
I'm going to
Favela?
pause briefly and point out the cloud formations. Just take a look east. Just for a second.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
Skybox.
Breathtakingly beautiful.
It's because it's a real photo.
That doesn't surprise me. But, like, the fact that it changes in, like, where it's not the same, like, even if it's just a picture that they slotted in somewhere, it's not the same picture in every area. Like, this is new.
No.
I've never noticed this before. And it, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it follows as the sun goes down. Like, the coloring of it follows as the sun goes down. And it's just, again, those little tiny details that they put in. This game is beautiful if you know where to look.
Yeah. Oh, it's stunning vistas everywhere. My next favorite place is, I can go to it after you guys are finished doing whatever you're doing.
Oh, we're good. Go on.
I will teleport us to my absolute favorite place. And until recently, it was not my home. But I had to set it.
Oh, I think I know where you're taking us.
Of course.
Yes. Okay. I have input.
Foundation, baby.
I have input on Ishgard too, being also an art student. Gothic and Romanesque architecture are my two absolute favorite styles of Western architecture.
Well, Liz personally knows my favorite, my favorite art style is, it's more than poetry, but is suburban Gothic stuff. I'm in love with suburban Goth. But anyways, let's get into why I love fucking the Holy See of Ishgard.
I'm gonna just zoom out for the rest of this so we can see more of this just absolutely gorgeous environment.
Okay, so here's the skinny. My favorite game is Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Because of its Gothic fucking accent. Because Gothic can be used in such a terrible way, and it can be used in such a lovely way. Mm-hmm. And again, if you look at the New England style of buildings that they had in Calusia, and you look at the ones they had in Ishgard, there's quite a lapse over, as this is what that city will eventually or would become if it was set in this, time of this time period. Everything to this city is like Like, if you look up, your camera can't fucking see the top of the Ishgard towers. Everywhere that you go is like all the fucking. It is dim. It is foggy. It is shitty. The only thing colorful in it are the players that are around themselves. Maybe I just like washed out things, but it is so amazing. And that the city is always in progress. Like the fucking slummy areas are real slummy. Like they're just holes in the wall. They're caves.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the broom.
Okay, well, we haven't even go to the broom. We're right here.
I was going to say, since we're right here.
Yeah, let's head to the broom.
And again, it comes down to the fact that these were all deliberate choices. They didn't just, like, pick shitty slum out of a catalog somewhere. They said, we want it to look like this. We want, you know, this plank to be broken here. We want those stairs to be that rickety. We want these torches to just be like open fires in a grate. Yeah. Also, how it is generally inconvenient for you to walk around in this sure
place
is. But yeah, like just even like the parts that are being worked on and built still, like the busted up tiles in the square. Yeah. I can't overstate how important those little deliberate decisions are in creating an environment.
Like I was going to say, like where you meet Hilda, like all of this back here shows you that, I mean, you can't visit it, but shows you that there are fucking underways all throughout Ishgard. Like I know you can't go in them, but they're there.
Oh god, I wish we could. Ooh, maybe in another, like if they do more with Ishgard with the expansion, I bet we'd be able to go underneath the city.
Yeah, but look at this. I love this shit. It is good NPC placement. It is good fucking things. It is just a bunch of fucking poor kids that are sitting right near just a light out of the I'm swearing too much.
You're fine.
Out of the weather effects because it's snowy in Ishgard and it's cold.
Yeah,
and they are not dressed for the weather. And somebody get them a coat.
And just to touch on the weather, and again, you know, they're working on improving it. Like, actively, you can watch the NPCs hit the same piece of rock and try and lift the same brick. But you can still tell that they're trying to, like, they're trying. They're doing it. But the thing I was going to touch on is, anywhere you go, with the seeming exception of Camp Drybone and Costa del Sol, the weather matches. Like, it's appropriate for where it should be. And in a game with variable weather, the fact that they set those algorithms up like that was, again, a very nice and deliberate touch. Like, it could be heat wave here now, but it wouldn't be because we're in the far north. It's cold here. Yeah. And I just... They improved so... back up in...
Okay. You can really get a sense of what I'm talking about if you go to the Forgotten Night.
Okay.
And then just go at the very bottom of it if you're closer to that. Because you can just like go to a nice place to get a screenshot. Maybe it's because also like my love of screenshots in this game that I find myself looking at the environment around me. Not necessarily because I was an environment artist. That has nothing to do with it. Like environment artist doesn't make me appreciate the environment more. It is the fact that this game has a screenshot tool and allows me to use it. If you want, there are up these wooden planks here.
Yeah, I see where you are. I just have to figure out how to get there. Because again, it is deliberately inconvenient to navigate through this area. Who cares about the poor people that have to live down here?
Yeah.
Lena says, honestly, even as far back as A Realm Reborn, seeing the little personal corner and NPC placements is really awesome. And yeah, like you can the thing to take away from this is you can tell that the developers care deeply about this game. Oh wow, I guess I never looked out this way before. But yeah, that it's the little tiny details like the barrels with bar supplies or bricked here, just kind of looking out gloomily. You can tell like they loved this game enough to say, yeah, we should go in and put these little tiny details in that only a few people might see, but somebody saw them. And I think that connection is
Fucking sick.
Incredible. I want to go next, unless you had something else in this area.
I can talk about Ishgard all day. One more view.
I was gonna say we're still
one more view.
Okay, I was gonna say we're still staying in Ishgard. I think we're gonna finish up in Ishgard because I think they get the point.
We need to go to Netherite. To the last vigil.
Yeah, that was my next stop.
Okay, cool.
Good, we're on the same page.
Place.
I cannot recommend the art books heavily enough. They are amazing. If I can get my hands on the Heavensward art books for not $80 someday, I'm gonna do it. Code be damned. So yeah, a marked difference just looking around here. What were you looking at in particular? Care?
The difference between poor and rich.
Yeah. Like, look at this. They have nice fountains, and the stones aren't all jacked up, and...
Gazebos!
I was in Connecticut.
Gazebos with active fires, with coffee brewing.
Yeah, like, look at this. It's not just like an open flame in a pit.
And plants. Plants everywhere.
Yep.
Like, they actually have fucking some sort of greenery, even though it's Ishgard and it's dull.
I was in Connecticut
More
once.
lights that are here than in the broom.
Trying
the
to
broom
quote
is very
John
little.
Mulaney, damn it.
I'm sorry.
I was in Connecticut doing white people stuff. There we go. I got it out. Continue.
Yeah, like, it's like, there's more lighting here. There's lighting guiding every way. Even if you look at the fucking, like, floors, all of them are nice. It's all in a pattern.
Yeah,
everything is super fucking good.
In the broom, where the poor folks are, like, the less fortunate, all they have are these oh, what do you call them? They're not grates, but, like, the little square decorations.
Yeah.
And it's just cobblestones, but this is, like intentionally
fucking,
placed, and it's
look at this.
Beautiful.
And even the buildings, they're the same, but these buildings are clean.
Yeah.
They're not fucking dirty. Everything's shiny. Everything looks like it's maintained. I don't know how they got people to clean there, but they did.
The light coming from the windows, like, just standing here in the main square here.
Everything's brighter.
Those houses look like they're warm inside.
Yeah.
You didn't really get that sense in the last area.
No, the broom, which was just garbage.
Yeah. Bless you.
And there's a beautiful look of the Holy See if you stand at the edge of the last vigil. But even like, even
speaking
this,
of,
yeah, even
it's up there.
We didn't even get a chance to look at castles or the fucking giant cathedral that was behind us. There's so much shit to do.
Oh no, I'm going inside the cathedral as much as I can. No, this isn't the one I wanted.
There's so much to talk about.
Dang it. Well, we'll go in here.
There's so much to talk about. I'm still on a chicken-fueled rage.
But yeah, just I could live in a city like Ishgard.
I want to live.
Someday I will be able to move to Europe and live in a city like Paris or Rome. And I know that's a pipe dream that will almost certainly never happen. But having this architecture here and available, the amount of research that had to go into this, the only thing they're missing, and I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't do an Easter egg like this. When they were first learning to build giant cathedrals like this back in the, 1200s or so, 800s, they fucked up. Like, a lot. There are a number of very well-known cathedrals. Like, I believe Notre Dame de Paris has a few mistakes where, these archways here, half of one will just kind of, vanish into a corner.
Yeah.
Because they didn't measure it properly.
Yeah, and because, the way that you build it, or used to build an archway, was relying on all of its weight on the center block piece.
Yep.
And if the center block piece didn't happen, you have a Colosseum effect, where half of it crumbled because it's garbage.
Yeah.
Also, look at this fucking cathedral. I don't have any, alliances to the church or whatever, but...
No, I don't either.
God damn.
I'm clipping through you, hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Move.
Yeah, that's as far out as I can... There we go. And, you can't see the top of it.
It's pretty.
It's when I got into the vaults for the first time, I had to take a minute. I honestly had to just take a minute and look around and appreciate how beautiful this area was. Yeah, the vault is easily, like, aesthetic-wise, my favorite dungeon. It is my favorite to look at.
Yeah, and this cathedral isn't lit up, but this one is over here to the left. And we
yeah,
even got the fucking stained glass going.
Oh, it's the wrong way.
And I'm a bitch for stained glass.
Oh god, me too. Stained glass is universally appreciated, I think.
Mm-hmm. Part of the tattoos on the lower part of my legs are going to be stained glass looking.
Nice.
It's revolved around Digimon, but it's fine.
Hey, it's your tattoo.
Exactly, it's my body.
I'm excited to see that, though.
All this being said is that when I play a game or
come into
see a game,
St. Raymond's Cathedral.
Gotcha.
Come inside. You can
when
see
I
the
play a
stained
game
glass.
and when I see a game and somebody, I read a comment about it, especially if it was a game that I worked on, and like I just see some fucking person being like, "Oh, the art of this game is shit." Like, and I'm like, "Really? Is it though?" Because usually it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, usually it's fucking good. Like, there hasn't been a game that I played in a long time where I would say that the art direction or art of the place that I was in was bad. Like, God, these people take time, and every step that you take, every move that you make, I'm watching you. But every place that you go to, and like every fucking thing is a thought by a human being. It's not procedurally generated unless it says it is. Then it is meant to be there, and somebody put their time and effort into it. And I hate when that shit's not appreciated because it bums me out, man.
Since I'm in here, I don't know if you are as well, but in the main chapel here, and it's been 10 years since I last took an art history class, but like that was the thing that we really focused on was Gothic and Romanesque cathedral and like proto-Gothic and whatnot. And they took the time to like these aisles over here by the sides that run up the sides of the pews were for pilgrims coming to see reliquaries, like holy objects. And they went up the side aisles like that, hidden out of the way so they wouldn't interrupt worshippers. And they took the time to put that in there to really showcase, like, yes, this is what we're doing with this, and this is the reference that we're making. And that, to me, is just absolutely... Ishgard, as a whole, is just a breathtaking city. We're the couple of assholes who are running around yelling in the church, but...
I decree I love this city!
But yeah, they, oh no, I guess I didn't.
His mom dresses a half-naked man. I just wanted anything that has pellets.
I'm trying to see if they put anything else in here that would have fit that. Not really. But, like, they like, very easily could have included a spot, like, for the tabernacle up here. You know, the podium where the priest stands and that kind of thing. We spent a long time on this for an art history class. But yeah, like the cloisters.
Also spent a long time on this room.
Yeah.
That is optional.
Well, I mean, you come in here for the Weaver stuff.
Oh, really?
This is where you get the Black Chocobo, too.
Sorry, MSQ optional.
No, you come in, this is where you get the Black Chocobo from Orchefon. You have to come in here for a little bit.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, not anymore.
I got my Black Chocobo from... I didn't get it from Orchefon. I got my Black Chocobo from the place outside of here. I got it from...
No, I just
Falcon's
did this.
Nest.
Orchefon
Really?
gives you the Black Chocobo, yeah. He gives it to you. He gives it to you right here. I just did this a couple weeks ago on an alt.
I don't know, man. That was 200 days ago. That's too much time.
Yeah, he comes in here with the Chocobo and he gets scolded by, where'd you go? This person right here for bringing a live animal into a church. And he's like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I'm so gay for the Warrior of Light.
Really?
I just had to bring it to them. Yeah, that was how that played out. It's a very touching scene. But yeah, like...
Rip.
Again, if you're watching at home and don't normally, like, have not played this game, have been thinking about picking it up, August 12th is when you should get it.
You'll have no excuse because it is free past this.
Through
you get to experience this for free.
The entire base game up through the end of Heavensward will be free to play starting August 11th. I would wait until August 12th because there is going to be so much server congestion.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if you're on a busy server like Hyperion.
We're on a very busy server. But yeah, like I would give it at least a day or two, but if you're considering picking up the game, have been waffling about it, you have no excuse not to at least give it a try, because they're truncating quite a bit of A Realm Reborn, if I remember right. Because
yes,
right now,
are cutting out 25% of it.
Oh, holy shit!
Is what they said on the live letter.
Oh my god!
Or what? Sorry, the translation said about.
That's a lot to cut out. What they did with A Realm Reborn was they didn't know. Will this take off? Will this make us money? Will we get a player base? Will we be able to do expansions? So they padded it out as much as they could until they said, yeah, okay, we've been greenlit for an expansion. Lena's asking 25% of the whole of Realm Reborn or the post story? I assume the post story.
As far as I know, the whole of Realm Reborn.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, like A Realm Reborn has been longer than the expansion so far anyway, so like I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah.
But I cannot encourage you enough. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
If they cut out the quest where you throw a party for yourself, I will be indebted to them for my ever life. I fucking hate that quest.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I really cannot encourage people to at least try this game at some point. It's available on PS4. It's cross-platform, which means if I'm playing here on my PC, I can play with you on a PS4.
I'm on a PS4.
I'm sorry? Yeah. Kara's on a PS4.
Sorry.
Yeah, Crystal's on a PS4. A bunch of the people that we play with that make pretty regular cameos on Band of Sometimes streams are on PS4s. And it plays just as nicely there as it does on, like, my mid-grade gaming PC.
Correct. And also, if I'm not mistaken, you also use a controller to play on PC,
I use a USB port controller.
Correct, yeah. So, see, like, even though you're on a controller, like, Crow plays the game to, like, a very decent degree. Like, you can... It feels so good on a controller.
It's very, very natural on a controller. And I assume, the people I first started playing with, very dear friends of mine, they both still play on mouse and keyboard, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays just as nicely either way, but it gives you the option to do that. And that, to me, was, like, that was the thing that sold me, was I have carpal tunnel so bad from work that I can't really play on a keyboard when I get home.
Yeah. Here's the thing, like, I used to play WoW, and I remember fucking modding extensively for the ability to play with a controller. Like, we had this, like, you had this crazy mod setup, so you could, like, have this little fun experience, which essentially was just Final Fantasy, and where you, like, play with the controller, you know, everything felt nice, everything felt smooth, where the game just did that and exists.
We're doing combat and job overviews next week, I want to say.
Okay.
Let me find out.
You need to tank me?
Well, I was gonna have, like, you and Mawas in particular.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come by, and I would love your expertise then, too. Particularly knowing that you worked for a game development company.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I can actually, for that, I can pull up old GDDs, like game design documents that I did. Talking about where I built mechanics into games. I think I still have all of my school project GDDs.
Let's see, today's Friday.
Yep, I have the...
next Friday we'll be doing a combat overview.
Yeah, so just as like a little teaser, I have a GDD for when I worked on a game, and the GDD before the game came out was 4.0. So we revised it. You know, we had 4 revisions per each one revision. So we revised a game design document before it even touched a player base 16 times.
Wow.
To show you what mechanics are like in programming and developing them.
That's amazing. That is incredible.
Yeah. Which I can share this. Meh. because this is when I worked on like under a game developer, or like it was just during one of our school projects. But like we have the elevator pitch in there, like a story pitch, and based on game mechanics, it is. So my GDD altogether is 100 pages.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and it was built in. It was built in Unity 3D.
Gotcha. Whew. But yeah, the takeaway from that is FF14 really made the effort to be as inclusive as they could in basically every aspect of this game. The voiceover is available in 4 different languages. They had to record the voiceover 4 times for each cutscene. Everything is captioned. Everything, it's very seamless between a controller and a mouse and keyboard setup. They have... Let me find it. It's not this one. The accessibility settings allow you to filter colors.
Okay.
Visual effects are like if you draw aggro, it'll show a visual effect down the side.
Mm-hmm.
They have done everything they can to make this as accessible as possible. And like honestly, the amount like I have run into I think one bug the entire 6 years that I've been playing this. And it was just, you know, a monster had clipped into the ground at 90 degrees. It fixed itself. It was fine. I got a funny screenshot out of it. Out by Camp Blue Fog, I think. Oh yeah, Lena says I didn't know about those side thingies. That's really useful. And I will go over the accessibility settings when we do combat next Friday, because I think that's where it's most useful. But I think that the color filtering is newer. But yeah, for me to have played for so long and only encountered really that one bug that wasn't just like, okay, the software isn't up to speed to the point where it can do this without clipping it. That, I think, is a pretty good testament to the maintenance team, and that's worth the subscription that I pay every month.
Yeah.
They put out a very, very good product. Did you have either of you have any closing thoughts, or Crystal too?
My closing thought was what I was sort of getting onto before.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Never go into a game and say that the art design is shitty. Try and take that out of your vocabulary as much as you can. I know it's just like an equal thing to be like, oh, this is shit. But like, you don't mean it, but you're just like, you just want to get it like a base or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
you don't have to like the art.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's
art is subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the art that these people fucking pump out on a daily basis, the amount of art that I had to pump out in that short amount of time where I worked in game design, I mean, 3.5 years is short, but is excruciating, and these people deserve so much love. Like,
exactly.
There was a moment in The Last of Us 2 where the rope, I don't know if you've ever played with rope in a video game, but it usually immediately snaps to you no matter where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Some poor artist and 3D team programmed it so the rope would get hitched on objects.
Oh, wow.
I have never seen that in a video game before, and I found the artist on Twitter, and I was like, and I retweeted the thing, I was like, that's fucking amazing. You should get an award for this.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, I'm so glad you noticed. I was like, yes. I was like, people do notice this shit. It's like,
yeah,
fuck,
100%.
man. It's like, damn, bro. Like, this stuff is hard to do, and it is unbearable sometimes, especially because all you want to do is make art, and you have a company throwing down your back to tell you that you're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
And it's rough. Be nice to artists. They're cool people.
The artists don't make the decision as far as like the story goes, what the content is. The artists do the art. You don't have to like it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Like, I can't reiterate that enough. People... And, like, Last of Us 2 is an interesting example to use just because of all of the backlash that it's gotten from some of the series fans.
Yeah.
But, like, don't go after any of the team. A lot of the times, like, they have to present these projects and get them approved to begin with. If you're going to go after anybody, go after the CEOs and the shareholders.
Yeah, exactly. The people who force this product to come out in such a relentless way.
Yeah. But the other thing too to point out about Final Fantasy XIV is that they are very, very receptive to player feedback.
Oh yeah.
They are extremely receptive to player feedback, to the point where like the wedding gear, the wedding outfits, people said we don't like that they're restricted based on what sex our character is, and Yoshida said, okay, I'll see what I can do about that. And they took out gender restrictions on a lot of clothing at that point. And I was reading an interview the other day after the live letter, and he was like, yeah, you know, they talked about how WoW had taken out the fee to change your character's gender or sex. And they said that, yeah, we understand their decision on that, but we've decided to maintain the fees for Fantasia because we don't think that it's something to be addressed lightly in real life. We don't want to address it lightly in game because that feels disrespectful. And like people had been asking about that, and he sat and he deliberated and he said, I 100% understand where they're coming from, and here's what I think about it. And it was a dialogue, not this has come down from on high.
Yeah.
And that is the thing that like has really kept me playing this whole time is, hey, Yoshi, we need something fixed. And Yoshi says, all right, I'll call the lads together.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
Also, I'm going to call him Broshi P for a second. the fact that he said in a live letter, if the game doesn't interest you until the next patch, please pause your sub. We don't mind. I was like,
yeah.
Because if you expected the head Ian Hassakostas from World of Warcraft to ever tell you to cancel your sub, you would die a smaller day in hell. Like, he does not give a shit about you.
Yeah.
And this is from somebody who played WoW for 14 years.
Yeah.
The game developers don't care about you. When we said that we wanted something in-game, he said, I don't think you do. So...
Yeah. No, this team... And again, I touched on this a little bit back in Calusia. Every time you look at something in this game, somebody that cared deeply about it put it there. Every time you, like, I talk a lot of shit about Koji Fox, but they have fun with it. They enjoy what they're doing with it, and it's really incredible to see the amount of love that goes into a video game like this. 16 million people, and they still put that much love, and they listen that much.
20.
Oh, did it go up?
Yeah, they announced on the live letter.
Oh shit, dude, that's a lot of people. But yeah, like to have that many, that's not characters, that's subscribers. 20 million individual people subscribe to this game, and it's because they can tell that the people that make it really care about us enjoying it and having a good time. And I see that less and less in the video game industry anymore, and I see it less and less particularly in multiplayer games.
Yeah.
In short, I really fucking love this game. When this COVID nonsense calms down a little bit, I'm getting... And we'll see my boy tomorrow. We're doing normal raids tomorrow. But I'm getting my steamy boy, Alexander, as a cover-up tattoo on my shoulder. And then...
Can I ask what you're covering up? Or
a golden snitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm covering up a...
Respectable.
Unfortunate former fandom tattoo that I don't want to have. But, like, I talked to my artist, and I was like, you know, I've been thinking about this for a while. And they were like, I think I know where you're going with this. So we were on the same page right out the gate, and it was kind of nice. But yeah, I'm gonna get a stylized version of Alexander Prime with the wings and the halo along the back.
Nice.
I'm really excited for it. But Glamours is another day. Once I get that done, though, my next 14 tattoo is gonna be Hydaelyn and Zodiark, the crystal, split down the middle for each one. So, like, Hydaelyn will be blue and white, Zodiark will be black and purple. And then as I max out each job, I'm gonna get the symbol tattooed around it.
Oh, that's cute. I
mean,
that shit.
Cute wasn't what I was going for, but...
That's still a cute tattoo idea.
That's fair.
Hot. That's hot, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh.
Lena says, I would love to see that when it's done. And yes, of course, I'm going to be like, yo, what up, Yoshi? I got this thing tattooed. Will you sign it so I can get that inked next to it?
Nice.
And I've debated getting a Final Fantasy XIV tattoo as my first for a long time. Make sure you interview your artist first. Yeah, it is going to be an expensive project, but that's why you get the base one done first, and then when you have the money, you go in and do the little details. But yeah, definitely interview your artist before getting a tattoo. Like, see their portfolio and not just the flash art that they've got in the books or on the walls. Because certain artists will have certain areas of expertise, like watercolor, photorealistic, that kind of thing. And that's what I would suggest if you're thinking about a fandom tattoo in particular. Like, this one that I've got is an extremely well done tattoo. I don't want the image anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be researching artists who are good at cover-ups. What, Liz?
I said because fuck turfs.
Yep, fuck turfs. Trans lives matter. Black trans lives matter.
Have any friends?
On that note, I think we're done.
Yep.
For, like, we've said all we can say about, the environment.
But
Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe on Twitch. Subscribe to BOS Dance, that's been here questioning my financial decisions in my chat. Subscribe to your favorite Lahayam, also on Twitch. We are part of the Band of Sometimes Network, which you can find on YouTube.
And I'm Care, your DM. Next Wednesday, we will be continuing with the rule of nines, as well as the artist and animator, also your DM. Everything.
Yeah. We're doing D&D on Wednesdays
For those who
now.
don't know the rule of nines, that's our D&D stream.
Yeah. I'm excited. Last week was my baby's first D&D, like real D&D game, and I had a lot of fun.
Is all combat. So baby's first combat
is
the beginning of next week.
Boy. But yeah, this has been what day is this? 14.
Hey!
2 whole weeks of 31 days of Eorzea. Tomorrow will be normal raids. We'll be doing... we're probably going to touch on at least one from each expansion, but I really want to, like, show off...
Honestly, we should do Bahamut.
We'll show off Bahamut. I want to do the Rafflesia fight on Savage so I can get the title. Because I've wanted that title for a while now.
What title is it?
Rafflesia Reaper. It's the giant plant monster. But we'll also show off some Alexander from Heaven's Word. We'll show off some Escape from Stormblood. And we will showcase some Eden from Shadowbringers. And we'll have a whole bunch of us with us that day. So be sure and tune in, and I will see everybody tomorrow for normal raids.